Hello and welcome to my level 4 mission series with a Raven, and this is the first one mission. It will be the assault. This is the fit. You find the fit linked in the description of the video. Also you will find a mission guide linked there as well. So this is only a T2 fit for the Raven, so I try to make this as cheap as possible, but as effective as possible compared to its price as well. The rigs are only T1s because there is a huge difference between the T1 and T2 rigs prices for battleships. Yeah, we are talking about large ones. We can even check. So let's see. Yeah, so well, it matters a lot. So you know, if I use T2, that's 60 million more money, and yeah, I don't think that works for a hull which costs less than 200 million. Okay, if I used T2 ship, then that's another thing. You know, for the T2 ships, I usually use T2 bricks. But anyway, so in my previous video, I talked about this whole fit in detail, so you can watch that. And I talked about a lot of other stuff, missiles, you know, as well. I think Yankers are here. Yeah, Yankers are here, but probably they won't bother killing just a simple Raven. So let's accept the mission and let's head out. So we need Scourge, Fury and Precision. Let's warp to the location.
Warp drive active.
So it's fortunate. The assault is, I think, always in the same system where you get the missions, which is good. You don't have to warp right away to another system, jump to another system. Okay. So this fit is not 100% cap stable. So if you check it, switch this off and this off. So we have 55 minutes of cap, which should be enough, right? Let's see. Let's switch the active modules on and then jump in.
Warp drive active.
Sometimes he's doing Abyss, which is not a good. I'm just one jump from Jita. That's not a good idea here, but you know. Okay. So here we have some big guys close, some small ones as well. Let's go to the gate and start killing. I need Fury. Yeah, Fury is loaded. So the Fury, I use Fury, and you should use Fury only against battleships and battlecruisers, but even for the latter, only if you have good damage application. So with these two enhancers, that's unfortunate. I got jumped. With these two enhancers, the damage application is enough with Furies to kill the battlecruisers in 2 volleys. Okay, without these it would be 3 volleys. So I would need precision missiles against the battlecruisers too, if without these two. Meanwhile, I can kill small guys, the elite frigates with the drones. So I use navy drones because they have much damage, better damage application and much better HP than T2 ones. So they are better against, especially against elite frigates. And they already started shooting my drones back. So another wave warped in because I think one of the battleships were the trigger for that. So you want to watch the triggers. So that's why I linked the mission description in the mission guide in the description of the video. As you can see, I get a huge incoming damage. So after this, let's start killing. I start moving because that mitigates the damage. So I'm not web now. Actually, this is one of the hardest missions for the Raven because the incoming damage can be astronomical. I think I shot too much volleys, but it's okay. You see, my shield started to recover because I'm moving. So that's one of the damage mitigation what you can learn. Of course, if you are webbed by multiple NPCs, then it might not help. So for the hard missions, that's what you need to consider. So if you can't move, which means you can't mitigate the damage, then yeah, you might want to warp out. But in that case, you want to kill the scrambling frigates first, of course, because if you are scrammed, you can't warp out. As you can see, I need 2 volleys to kill these, so I switch off the cruise missile launcher after 2 volleys. But I'm not sure how far the missiles go before I shoot another volley, so that's why I'm doing it right now. But maybe I shouldn't have do that. Maybe I don't have to do that. I have to do a little bit more. I have to get a little bit more experience in this, I think. So let's keep going. Well, I don't need to use the Afterburner. By the way, the reason why I use the Monopropellant and the Afterburner because that uses the least amount of cap. So yeah, that's better for the capacitor. Okay. And there we will have some elite cruisers. So against the cruisers, you want to use the precision missiles. Precision missiles are also good against battle cruisers, so that's fortunate because then I don't have to reload, right? So it turns out that against the battle cruisers, both the Fury missiles and the precision missiles are good. Both kills them in 2 volley. Okay, I think I can stop moving. I just don't want to move far away from the acceleration gate by accident, so that's why I stopped. But now the incoming damage is manageable.
A module has run out of
7
charges.
volleys was just enough for that. Okay. Let's kill the last battleship. Right now I will let my capacitor to recharge. So I've been doing the mission for like 410 minutes. I would already be in the second pocket with the golem, and in fact I think like I could have killed like half of the second pocket already. Now I need to reload precision missiles. By the way, the precision missiles flight time is only half of the normal missiles, but it's still enough. Okay. Let's kill the elite cruisers because they might jam me. So looks like 3 volleys, which is not bad. No, 4 volleys. Okay. And let's switch the shield booster on. By the way, an MWD or micro warp drive would be better in terms of reaching some gates in some missions, but that uses a lot of capacitor even when it's switched off, because the MWD reduce your maximum capacitor capacity, so that's not so good. So that's why for this ship you must use an Afterburner. But the MWD is kind of mandatory for marauders, because you sit at one place all the time because of the Bastion module, and then you have to go to the next gate quickly. But with this ship you can move while you are shooting the enemies, because we don't have Bastion module. You might also consider using a Navy Raven, right? But I didn't really do a lot of well, I tried to find a good fit for the Navy Raven. Of course, you can, so it's not. It's a little bit easier than with this, but you don't get more damage, so the DPS is actually the same with the Navy Raven. You don't get any more DPS, which is strange. And you can get a slightly more damage application and better tank. So that's it for the Navy Raven. I don't really understand the concept behind that ship. By the way, that has 6 launchers, that has 8 launchers, not 6, but less. They do less damage, so you get the same DPS with the 8 launchers than you have here in the 6. So you can't use a tractor beam or anything else in the highs because those are full with the launchers. Okay, so we always start with this group of enemies because they are the closest. That's one thing, and the other is they won't aggro another group. Let's yeah, that one as well. Let's target that one. Let's switch on the shield booster. Okay. And let's use my drones. You have to be careful here because the drones sometimes aggro this group here, or maybe even this group. I'm not sure, but you know, just watch your drones. If you start taking a lot of damage in this pocket, then you have to start moving because it's possible. Yeah, incoming damage can be huge here. So even for the golem sometimes. But okay. Let's pull the drones back because they are taking damage. Also, I start moving up, so I can get closer to this group around the station. Now, let's switch on the Afterburner, so I can get closer to this group as well. So the second target will be this group around the station. But, oh, I lost one drone. That's unfortunate. Let's use an explosive. Okay, and now I need the precision once. Let's switch off the shield booster to because of the capacitor, so I don't want to lose too much capacitor, right? So, yeah, let's have the drones to kill this. Okay, instead, let's pull the drones back and kill these guys. Also, start targeting this group. So the last group of enemies will trigger another wave, a big wave with I think 4 or 5 battleships. So that's why we keep them to the last. Okay. So now let's kill these destroyers. That will aggro the group here. Okay, so now let's see if I can kill them without the drones, the elite frigates, or how fast. It looks like it's okay. Because I have the precision roll loaded, that's why. So don't use the Fury missiles against frigates, especially not against elite frigates. I think we can stop here. But it's not a bad idea to move. Well, at least without the afterburner. Let's move for some damage mitigation, right? So yeah. From the last group, kill the elite cruisers first. Well, of course, we still have these two battleships to kill before them. Okay, now let's load Fury. So, but why? Because you know they can jam you, and also the trigger for the next wave is one of the battleships. Oh, they started shooting me. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, I need a precision missile. I came too close to this group, so they started shooting me. Okay, let's kill them. So it was a mistake. Still jumped. But not all the battleships started shooting me, which is good. Still jumped. Oh, okay. Okay. So if you can do this mission, then you can probably do any other mission as well. But there are some missions which I think even harder, but not much. Okay, so let's start with this guy, because this is not in this group for sure. I want to kill this and this guy here the first, because I don't want to trigger the next wave with so many battleships already on the field. So when I start shooting these battleships here, then probably all the other three would get aggroed as well. And if I start shooting the wrong one, which you never know which one is the trigger actually among these, then yeah, so the other wave would warp in, and I think 4 or 5, but with 4 or 5 battleships, and they aggro you immediately. So you have to be careful. And here the trigger is not the death of the trigger, but the trigger NPC. It's when you shoot it first, then it triggers the wave immediately. But as far as I remember, the last wave is not a mandatory kill, so you can just keep that. So just kill everything from what we see here right now, from the starting groups, NPC groups, and then that's it. You can dock, but you can read about it in the mission guide. So they killed someone, probably. Yeah, they have -10. Oh, there's the corporation standing. Security status is good. Let's check. Security status. Okay, maybe they are just doing Abyss. And that's why they got the suspect. Yeah, that's possible. So they are not gankers then. Gankers, let's see. Abyss trace. Yeah, they are probably not gankers, just do Abyss. By the way, it's not really smart to do Abyss next to Jita, I think, but
A module has run out of charges.
so we didn't hit the trigger yet. Let's regenerate some capacitor. Although it's not likely I would run out of the cap at this moment, at this point. And I was fortunate because the last one is the trigger. Yeah, you could see here the message. The first message happened in the first pocket. Oh, only 3 battleships. Either I remembered wrong or sometimes it's 4, not 3. Now I have to reload soon and I have to enable the ship to switch on. So let's start killing these cruisers. I can even align to the station. So now looks like it wasn't enough to kill the NPCs without the last wave. Well, let's reload. So instead of 3 flights of flight drones, you could use 1 flight of medium drones and 1 flight of flight drones, because the Riven has enough bandwidth for medium drones. Yeah, 20 megabit. But then you should replace your drones like before each, well, not each mission, there before each NPC type, you know, and I just don't like that. So that's why I rather use 3 flight of flight drones. So anyway, I use the drones against frigates mostly anyway. So But even the light drones can't kill cruisers, as you can see, if they have enough time. So okay. Let's have the drones. I'm too lazy to reload the cruise missiles. Okay, let's pull the drones back. And we are done with the mission. It took 30 minutes. Yeah, so it's at least twice as much time as with the golem. Okay, after you finish a mission and you lose drones, then don't forget to put the extra drones into the drone bay. So as you can see, this mission wasn't particularly hard with the Raven, so if you know what you do, you barely find any mission which is hard with this ship. And you, of course, you have the proper skills as well, proper fit. So let's turn the mission in. Also put another drone which I lost to the drone bay. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like. I'm awaiting for your comments as well, and please subscribe so you can see my other videos. So, and see you in the next one. Bye.